Okay, change of plans, guys, because that one is on the table, but I wanted to show you if you have your mixture too thin. That might be a good thing to show also, because I have a solution for that. So we're going to start again with the same four colors. So first we're going to put in the teal, then the white. It's almost the last of it. That can go. We have a new one. So that's the new one. And we have the light colored blue, which we use with a lot of white. And then we have the 823. Gotta shake it up a little more. There's a little bit of poopy coming out. I should shake it a little more, but I can do that here in the cup. Okay, that's it. Now, this one is supposed to be a nice light blue. That's it. As you can see, it is. And as you can see, I can really stir it like crazy, but there's no air bubbles in it. I think that is a plus for this paint, because I like, to stir it up real quick. Don't make too much trouble and just pour. Okay, that's that one. And the teal. Now, we're going to use the old pouring medium. See that? No red dot. So we're going to add about, this time we're going to add about 40 to 50%. Now don't worry, because it isn't like baking a cake, guys. I say that very often, but it really isn't, because a little bit more, a little bit less, it's not going to, be dramatic in the way you pour. So we're stirring it up, making sure it's all incorporated into each other. This color too. And as you can see, I can stir like a crazy woman, no air bubbles. That's kind of nice. Well, a few in here in this one, but if you tap it, they're gone. Okie dokie, that's the blue. Now, if you find this too thin and it's dripping off your stick, what you can do, and in this bottle, as you can see, it's just a drink bottle, but I put in PVA glue, a 50-50 PVA and water, but because everyone has different PVA glue, it should be a little thick. So I'll show you how it pours out. See that? That's how thick it is. And I'm gonna add 20% to that. Just like a little splotch. There you go. And we're going to stir that in. And remember, it might lighten up your colors a little, but once it dries, it'll be back to the original color, because this PVA glue, it dries transparent, so you won't have trouble with that. And in this one, and this one, and we're ready. Now we want to add the silicone again only to the white, and we're going to put in 1, 2 drops. And if you drop in 3, no problem whatsoever. And if you want to use 1 drop, go for it, because just keep experimenting. You don't have to do everything I do. If you feel like putting more in or less in, you do that. If you think, okay, I like those 4 colors, but I want to add another color, you do that. You can do anything you want. Never let someone tell you what to do. That's my motto. Unless they're paying you, of course, and then it's a whole different ballgame. Okay, here we go. So, we have our canvas, we have our little cup, and again we're going to start with the blue, then we're going to put in the light blue, then we're going to put in the white, then the turquoise, teal, whatever you call it, a little bit more white, a little bit more blue, a little bit more that color. Oh, there's going to be a lot of paint going over the sides, but we'll see. So there it is, the release of the paint, and we're going to let it come down, go up and down, and let's see what happens. So covering the sides and the corners, the rest is pretty much covered. This side needs a little spot, and here we see a little spot. Okay. And here you already see the same thing happening, those little pieces of silicone that hit the canvas before the paint. Don't worry about them, you can always touch them up later. No biggie. So again, we're going to come over with the there it goes. I think I'll just maybe a little bit there. I'm going to stop right there. So that's enough. What you see, the difference in the explosion of the cells is because we added the PVA to the old formula pouring medium. So as you can see, it does give a little bit more of that blooming effect. And that's probably because PVA, the glue I use, is a binder also. So it does something to that paint. So we'll see what happens, right? Now, as you can see, still moving, still growing, and they will all really grow into each other. I'm pretty sure about that. And I need a little, let's see, where do I have my brush? Because this one is really pretty, and I can imagine, you know, the first one I showed you guys, I can imagine that I would be using a white paint marker, but this one, because it's so light, I will be using a dark blue paint marker. So it's a good thing to, you know, just look at it from a distance and then decide on which paint marker you're going to use. And be creative, because even on this one, you could certainly use a white paint marker. That would work. But I want some contrast in it because I think the whole pour is pretty light. So then my choice would be for a dark blue paint marker. And I'll show you the ones I use in a little bit when I touch up these little spots. As you can see, just with a brush, I'm mixing and matching the colors here on the table. Like here, I need a really light color, so I pick this one up. See how you don't even see it? I just dab it on. Here's a little bit of canvas showing. Just dab it on like that. And I'm doing it right now, but if you're gonna do it, wait like 10 minutes to 15 minutes and then do this, and it'll stick on a little bit better than what I'm doing now. But for the sake of the video, I don't want to do that too long. So there we go. That's about it. And you can see that, you know, it's totally cool to touch it up. As you can see, there's no problem in doing that. Just make sure you mix and match the same colors that are on the canvas. A little bit here, a little bit there. Okay, enough. We're going to put it away, let it dry just as is. But as you can see, it's pretty light, so I would really go for a dark marker. And I will show you which ones I use. This is my little basket of markers, and I would go for this color. It has a really nice sharp tip, as you can see, and it is, this is the brand, and you can see the color, and here you can see the size. So bullet shaped it is. Now I also have a lighter color, but this one is more of a, you know, a really small tip. And it says here pin type, and here's the color. And I have a lot of those these pens. Some the same because this one I usually sign all my paintings with this one. That's about it. Okay, guys. The thing is that if you use a marker, you want it to dry and be waterproof, and that's what those things are. So I find that important, because if you're going to varnish, you don't want to wipe out or smudge your signature, because that'd be a real shame, because then you'll have to do it over again. So that's what you want to take care of. Just making a little bit of a mess here, because I'm going to clean this up in a bit. And I just want to see how those colors work together. A little bit of blue in the middle. And swipe right over it and see what happens. Really nothing much unless you come in with your torch. See, there it goes. Then all of a sudden, action, and it sort of does what you want it to do. So I can do this for like an hour. I just love how when you swipe something, and I had a lot of comments on my last video too, that people really enjoy seeing this. See how when you do that, those colors sort of go into each other and sort of, I don't know, do their thing. I just love to watch paint doing that. Yeah, some people that have noticed I have on my good bathrobe, but it's a little chilly in the studio at the moment, so I thought I'd just do that. Should have changed to my painter's coat, but I'll be careful, I think. Oh no, I'm not careful, because I got my old thing. Look at that. Yeah, I'll be careful. Yes, of course I will. No, I won't. Oh, I just love what it's doing there. I love that. Okay, guys, this is it. I'm going to clean it up. And now I'm going to come in with the new pouring medium. Okay, the new explosion stuff, which I'm pretty sure is not really good for this type of painting without the PVA. But I'll show it to you anyway. So, see you right back. Love you all to pieces. See you.